Well, hello and good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is JC again. Hello, how are you today? Okay, all right. I don't know if we're having problems anymore. I don't think so. Okay, we are not having problems anymore. Apparently, everything seems to be working. I had to reset the video a few minutes ago because we're having problems. Okay, let me make sure we are not having problems now. I don't know why. I really don't know why, but these things happen sometimes on the internet. Okay, sometimes things go slow. All right. So, once again, I'm broadcasting live from Madrid, Spain. I'm starting the video again. A few minutes ago, I was experiencing a few problems, but apparently, I'm not experiencing problems now. So, let's begin again. Let's try it again. All right. Hello again. Okay, this is level B1 intermediate. Okay, we are having online class number 15, and today we are going to talk about relative clauses. Okay, so once again, level B1 intermediate, online class number 15, relative clauses, and I am broadcasting live from the capital of the country, Spain, from Madrid, Spain. Okay, I apologize for the inconveniences, but again, I don't know what's going on today with the internet. I was experiencing a few problems the first time I tried to broadcast live, but now everything seems to be okay. So here we go. Let's get started. Okay, welcome to JC's Online English School. Hello, hi there. How are you? Welcome, hi there. Okay, I hope you can see me correctly. I hope I'm not having any more problems. But a few minutes ago I did. Okay, so remember the 6 English levels? There are 6, okay? B1, which is the beginner, A2, elementary, B1 intermediate, B2 upper intermediate, C1 advanced, and C2 proficiency. Okay, howdy again, Chris. Apparently now, again, I'm not experiencing any problems with the connection. I don't know why it happened before, but again, these things happen sometimes on the internet. Okay. All right. So, hello, Jose Maria. How are you? Welcome, Jose Maria. Good afternoon to you too. Okay. So let's get started. Remember the day, today's date. Okay, I'm broadcasting live. Okay, from Madrid, Spain, and British first. Today is Wednesday, the 9th of December, 2020, and Brit Americans say today is Wednesday, December 9th, 2020. Okay, remember broadcasting live. Okay, now today's expression. This is as far as I got the first time I tried to record the video. Hopefully, I will go a little bit farther now. So today's expression, to freak out. To freak out means to have a wildly irrational reaction or spell of behavior. In other words, to be very, very surprised. For example, I freaked out when I met David Beckham. Not my case, but just an example. So once again, to freak out means to have a wildly irrational reaction or spell of behavior. I freaked out when I met David Beckham. I freaked out a few minutes ago. I freaked out because I didn't know if I was going to be able to broadcast today. Sometimes the connection on the internet goes slow or it doesn't work. And but anyway, here we are. Here we are. Okay. Yeah, go bananas. Yeah. That's another one. Yeah, that's a good definition. Okay. Gentlemen, here is the first question for today's quiz. There are 2 questions, okay? This is the first one. Okay, quiz number 1. They spent a long time at the swords in the museum. Okay, they spent a long time at the swords in the museum. The possible answers are Alpha, looking, Bravo for looking, Charlie to look, and Delta for look. Okay, so gentlemen, which one do you think is the correct answer? Is it Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, or Delta? Okay, make your selection, please. I'll wait for a few seconds. Is it looking, for looking, to look, or for look? All right, which one do you think it is? Let me know, please. Okay, I'll wait for a few more seconds. Otherwise, I need to go a little bit faster because I have a class right after this video, so I cannot spend a lot of time. So, they spent a long time at the swords in the museum. Okay, the correct answer is Alpha. Jose Maria is right, looking at the swords. Excellent, Jose Maria. You're totally correct. Jose Maria, 1 point. Hi there and Chris, 0 points. Okay. Hey, hi there. Correct. Alpha is looking. That is right. Okay. Now let's try number 2. Okay. We have 2 of them, only 2. The number 2 goes like this. I couldn't decide to run or to hide. And the possible answers are Alpha, if, Bravo, 4, Charlie, off, and Delta, weather. Okay, so once again, I couldn't decide to run or to hide. Is it Alpha, if, Bravo, 4, Charlie, off, or Delta, weather? Okay, so gentlemen, which one do you think it is the correct one for question number 2? I couldn't decide to run or to hide. Any suggestions from anybody? Okay, Jose Maria says it is Alpha, if. Okay, do I have any other options or only that one? Any other options? Any other options? Okay, I couldn't decide to run or to hide. Okay, let me know which one do you think is the correct one? Anybody? Anybody? Alpha for Chris. Okay. And Hyder, what do you think for this one? So we have 2 alphas. Jose Maria thinks it is alpha if. Chris, it is he thinks he agrees with Jose Maria. It is alpha for Chris as well. And Either, what do you think? Do you agree with them or disagree? Do you agree or disagree? Because I disagree, gentlemen, I'm sorry. But the correct answer is I couldn't decide whether to run or to hide. When you have, it is an expression, it's whether this or that, whether or, whether or. So I couldn't decide whether to run or to hide. Okay. So whether in this case, because you have or. So I'm going to decide whether to run or to hide. Okay. Okay. Objection, Your Honor. Chris objects. Yes, it is a synonym. Whether means exactly the same as if, but when you have the word or the letters or, you need to use whether. So you don't use if in this case. But the translation is the same. The translation in Spanish is exactly the same. But in this case, you use whether because you have or a little bit later in the sentence. So objection overruled, Chris. Okay, let's take a look at vocabulary. I don't know if it is raining in your country right now. In Spain, it is not raining today, but I believe it's going to rain tomorrow and Friday. Okay, today is just Wednesday. Now, let's see a few expressions related to rain. For example, on the first one, top left-hand corner of the screen, where it says, it's spitting. It's spitting means the rain is just starting. Okay, it's spitting. On the right-hand side, we have it's drizzling. It's drizzling. That means light rain. It's not raining hard. It's just light rain. Bottom left, it's raining. That's regular rain. It's raining, regular rain. And bottom right, it's pouring. That means it's heavy rain. Okay, so once again, it's spitting. The rain is just starting. It's drizzling, light rain. It's raining, regular rain. And it's pouring, heavy rain. Okay, so that is just a little bit of vocabulary related to rain. Okay, now we're going to review a little bit the modal verb shall. S-H-A-L-L. Okay, Sierra Hotel Alpha Double Lima. Now, because one of you, I don't know who it was, asked me for this the other day, asked me about this the other day, and I think it's very important to know. Okay, shall. It leads to a lot of confusion. So here it is, uses of shall. It is used for suggestions. Suggestions. For example, shall I get a pizza for dinner tonight? Okay, it is a suggestion. Shall I get a pizza for dinner tonight? That's not a bad idea. It is also used for offers or for volunteering. Offers or for volunteering. For example, that bag looks heavy. Shall I carry it for you? Okay, that bag looks heavy. Shall I carry it for you? Okay, so shall I help you? You are offering help. Okay, it is also used for instructions when you're asking for or giving something. For example, what shall I do with your mail when it arrives? In other words, tell me instructions, tell me what to do. What shall I do with your mail when it arrives? It is also used for promises, for instance. You shall be the first person to know. You shall be the first person to know. And last but not least, it is also used for confirmation statements of fact. For instance, I shall meet you there at 7. Yes, sir. I shall meet you there at 7. So once again, the uses of shall are suggestions, offers or volunteering, instructions, promises, and or confirmation. Okay, however, if you take a look at the right-hand side, the right column, you can read with me that the modal verb shall is not used much nowadays. And it is true. You don't hear it very often. It may still be found in formal speech and some legal documents, that is true, and the most common use of shall in everyday English is in questions that offer or suggest. For example, shall I or shall we? So it is used with the first person singular, I, or the first person plural, we. Okay. Originally, shall was used instead of will in the first person with I and we when talking about the future originally, but not anymore. No, most people nowadays use will instead of shall. Okay, but it is still there, so in case you hear it, you might as well understand it. But again, it's not very frequently used nowadays. Okay, so that is all in terms of our grammar point for shall. Okay, and here is the question for today. Okay, I want you to interact a little bit. And here is today's first question. Okay, so answer this question. Hi there, Chris and Jose Maria. Do you find it easy or hard to trust people? Okay, do you find it easy or hard to trust people? Here is my answer, ladies and gentlemen. Most of the times, I find it hard to trust people. Yes, sir. So the question is, do you find it easy or hard to trust people? And the answer, my answer in any case is most of the times I find it hard to trust people. Okay, so let me hear from you or let me read from you. Do you find it easy or hard to trust people? It's a very easy question. So, hi there. Let me know what you think, Chris and Jose Maria, or any others. Any others who might be in the channel right now. Feel free to answer the question. Okay. So, do you find it easy or hard to trust people? In my case, honestly, in all honesty, most of the times I find it hard to trust people, and more every day. And I've met a lot of people, a lot, both in America and here in Spain. So yes, I find it hard to trust people. Do I read an answer from you guys? Okay, can anybody tell me something? Okay, do you find it hard? Okay, Jose Maria says, I find it hard to trust people. Oh, like me. Okay, I wonder why. I wonder means I ask myself. Okay, let me write it down here for you. Okay, I wonder why. I wonder why is I ask myself why. Okay, well, Jose Maria is a little bit older than me. He has met a lot of people as well. And I totally understand you, Jose. I totally understand. So anyway, let's move on with if you have an answer, please let me hear it or let me read it. So whenever you have an answer, just send it. Okay, just send it. All right. So let's talk about today's topic. Okay, today's topic is relative clauses. Okay, relative clauses. Okay, here we go. Relative clauses give extra information about the nouns in the main clause, but important, but without starting another sentence. Okay, so once again, relative clauses give extra information about the nouns in the main clause, but without starting another sentence. Also, there is more information about relative clauses, okay, because the explanation doesn't end there. Okay, also, a relative clause starts with a relative pronoun, which could be who, that, which, when, where, or whose. I repeat, a relative clause starts with a relative pronoun which could be who, that, which, where, or whose. Okay, so remember, relative clauses give extra information about the nouns in the main clause, but without starting another sentence, and some of them start with a relative pronoun, or most of them, either with who, with that, with which, with when, with where, or with whose. Okay, let's take a look at some examples. Okay, for example, with who or that. Okay, with who or not or that, they are used when the subject or object pronoun for people. Okay, so who or that is referred to people. Okay, I prefer who personally. I prefer who when the noun is a person. For example, that's the woman who bought my house. Okay, that's the woman who bought my house. In this case, the noun is woman. You could use who or that. I personally prefer to use who. So that's the woman who bought my house, but you can also say that's the woman that bought my house. Okay, so you can use either one of them. Okay, so there you have it with who or with that. Now, another example with which or that. Okay, that is used when the subject or object pronoun for animals or things. So when we're talking about animals or things. Okay, now let me give you an example. In this case, it is an animal. Obviously, you use who for animal. I mean for animals. So you use which or that. We use who only for people. So, the horse which Mary was riding is very friendly and beautiful. Okay, the horse which or that, also you can use that, Mary was riding is very friendly and beautiful. Okay, so remember which or that for animals or things, and who or that for people. Okay, again, for people, I prefer to use who. That's my personal preference. Okay, so let's take a look at another one. Okay, now I don't know if I hit the button. Maybe I didn't. Okay, there you go. I hadn't hit the button, so obviously it's very hard to see. Okay, the next one is when. Okay, when, W-H-E-N. Okay, refers to a time expression. Okay, that one is easy. So when refers to a time expression, for instance, I will never forget the day when I graduated. Oh, okay, interesting. Yeah, that's true. I will never forget. December 12th, 1992. December 12th, 1992. So I will never forget the day when I graduated. Okay, so when refers to a time expression. That one is very easy. Okay, now we also have where. Okay, the next one is where. And this one refers to a place. Okay, it refers to a place. For instance, we found the wood where I used to go. Okay, we found the wood where I used to go. So when refers to a time expression and where refers to a place. Okay, don't confuse. When, time, where, place. Okay. And the last one for today is whose. W-H-O-S-E. The pronunciation is whose. Okay, whose. For example, this one is referred to possession for people, animals, and things. Doesn't matter. So, for example, the mother whose child is missing is very sad, obviously. Okay, the mother whose child is missing is very sad. No wonder, yeah, of course. Of course, the mother is sad. Her son is missing. So once again, who or that for objects or thing or people. For example, that's the woman who bought my house. Which or that for things and animals. The horse which Mary was riding is very beautiful and very friendly. When for time, I'll never forget the time when I graduated. Where for place, we found the wood where I used to go, and whose for animals, things, or people. For instance, the mother whose child is missing is very sad. Okay, so that is all in terms of relative clauses. I hope you have learned them. They are very frequently used and they are very easy. So but again, it's important to review them from time to time or once in a while. Okay, for today's city around the world, we have Tokyo in Japan. Okay, so Tokyo, the country is Japan, of course. The highest elevation above sea level is 2017 or 2017 meters, which is equivalent to 6,617 feet. Okay, so 2070 meters or 6,617 feet. Okay, and the lowest elevation, because it is an island, of course, it is 0 meters. Okay, or 0 feet. Now the area is 2,194.07 square kilometers, or what is the same, 847.14 square miles. Okay. Population is big in Tokyo. Yes, sir. Almost 14 million people. That's a lot. 14 million people in Tokyo. My God. Okay, Madrid, remember, we have about three or no, 6.6, I think. So the population is too big. Now, Tokyo is famous for several things. Among them, we have the Imperial Palace, okay, 17th century, which consists of 17th century parks surrounded by walls. Very interesting. Okay, there are beautiful pictures out there on the internet if you're interested. Now, it is also famous for the Ginza district, which is Tokyo's busiest shopping area. Okay, in case you want to do your shopping when you go there. Now, another thing that Tokyo is famous for is the Senso-hi Temple, which was established in the year 645 AD before Christ. That's extremely old. Okay. Also, a little bit old, the National Museum of Nature and Science opened in the year 1871. Quite old, too. We can also find the Ueno Park, which is the city's largest green space, as well as the Ueno Zoo, which was opened in 1882, and it is Japan's oldest zoo, and probably one of the oldest in the world. In the year 1882, my God, that is old. And last but not least, we can also find the Tokyo Museum or National Museum, opened in 1938. So as you can see, all these things are quite old, but they are very well preserved. Okay, if you take a look at pictures on the internet. And I've never been to Tokyo, never been to Japan, as a matter of fact, but I would love to go. I know a few people who have been there and they loved it. So all of them brought me positive feedback from the country, okay, on the city of Tokyo. So yes, I recommend you to go if you have a chance in the future. All right, so Tokyo in Japan. All right, now today's question number 2. Okay, this one is very easy. It goes like this. Okay, would you rather be a lake or a river? Okay, now the reason I am bringing you this question is because you can say, would you prefer to be? So with the verb prefer, you need the to before the second verb, which is be. Okay, so the sentence would become, would you prefer to be a lake or a river? But with the word rather, you don't use the to. So you say, would you rather be a lake or a river? So once again, would you prefer to be or would you rather be? So with the word rather, you don't have the to. And in my case, I'd rather be a river. I could also answer, I would prefer or I'd prefer to be a river. Okay, but I'd rather be a river. Why? Because I'm more active, in constant movement all the time. A lake is more static. Okay. So I'd rather be a river, or I'd prefer to be a river. So, what about you, Chris, or Jose, or Heider? Would you rather be a lake or a river? Please let me know. Would you rather be a lake or a river? Okay. Okay, let me know if you care to answer. Now, today's joke goes as following. Today's joke, okay, remember? Okay, Jose Maria says, I'd rather be a lake. Oh, really? Okay. We don't agree. That's okay, Jose. We agree on other things such as football and our faith for God, but in this case, we don't agree. Okay, no problem. I respect your decision. Okay, okay. So Jose would rather be a lake, and I would rather be a river. Okay, so today's joke goes like this. Doctor, can you prescribe something to stop me from sleepwalking? And the doctor says, no, 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 no. You need the exercise. Okay. So once again, doctor, can you prescribe something to stop me from sleepwalking? And the doctor says, no, you need the exercise. Okay, I wonder why. I guess it's a little bit heavy. Okay, so I hope you like the joke. Again, it's just a joke. Okay, don't anybody be or feel offended, please. It's just a joke. Okay, now today's thought goes like this: all things happen for a reason, good or bad. There is a purpose behind them. It is our journey that leads us to the answers. Interesting. Let me read it again. All things happen for a reason, good or bad. There is purpose behind them. It's our journey that leads us to the answers. Okay, so that is today's thought. Interesting. Okay, okay. Now, before we go, I have what I call today's quote. Okay, today's quote. Okay, a quote, as you know, is something important. That's something that somebody important also said or mentioned. Okay, for example, this one comes from Abraham Lincoln. Okay, the former US president. And he said something that I found interesting. He said, the best way to predict the future is to create it. Interesting. So, the best way to predict the future is to create it. Okay, yeah, I agree with Abraham Lincoln. Yeah, the best way to predict the future is to create it. Okay, yes, sir. Interesting. Right on. Okay, so that's it for today, folks. Okay, to learn more, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. We are getting close to 1,000 subscribers. Hopefully, before the end of this year, by the end of this year, 2020, I will have 1,000 subscribers. Thanks to you all. I appreciate your subscriptions. So yes, if you want to have private classes with me, I always emphasize it. Please let me know. Okay, you have my number on the screen, +34 663 072251, or my email address. Okay. And so that's all for today, folks. Yes, sir. Thank you for your attention. Have a nice day. I'll be back tomorrow, Thursday, with levels B2, and also on Friday with level C1. Okay, and of course, I'll be back next week. Okay, so yes, sir. I'll be back tomorrow on Friday, and of course, next week with another set of classes. Remember, A1 for Monday, A2 for Tuesday, B1 for Wednesday, B2 for Thursday, and C1 for Friday. You're very welcome, Jose. So, Maria, thank you very much for connecting today, my friend. God bless you all, and I'll see you tomorrow and Friday. Take care and goodbye.